Right then, I've met a few designers recently who've been using Camtasia to produce videos in the workplace, and I've never used Camtasia before, so I thought I'd give it a quick run through today to see how straightforward it is to make a montage of stories that have been created with StoryTagger in Camtasia. So let's get into it. First thing we're going to do is go to StoryTagger's admin dashboard. Now, this is a campaign that has been running for a while, the Story Masterclass series. And if you've not seen StoryTagger, very quickly, the way it works is, rather than doing a one-to-one interview with people in your organisation, you design a story framework, scaffold, if you like, in StoryTagger. You break your story down into parts. So this one is a 3-part story. Why information security is important, share my infosec tip, why this is important. You give timings to people, and then you provide prompts which help them reflect on their experience or what you want them to share. So it basically takes away the need for having an interview. And rather than interviewing 20 people in separate interviews, you create your interview framework in StoryTagger, then send it out to everybody. So you've done the work once, everybody shares their stories, and they come back to you, still in the admin dashboard here. And so what designers typically do with StoryTagger is select the stories they want and then download it. And StoryTagger edits all the bits together, the parts, and then you get an MP4 file which you can just host on SharePoint or in your learning management system, in your design tools, wherever you use video. But in this scenario, we're going to ask StoryTagger to give us all of the individual parts. And what this means is that we can very quickly, hopefully, make a montage in Camtasia where we're getting lots of different voices but splicing them together to create a kind of meta story, bringing lots of people to the same topic. So rather than selecting the standard or the branded export, we do all parts. Now, that sends me a link to a zip file, which I did cheat and do earlier, actually, so we don't have to look through all my email. And here we go. So you can see here that these are the deconstructed stories. So we've got one 3-part story. There's another 3-part story with Anita, and then a 1-part story from Cheryl. So what we'll hopefully be able to do, going to Camtasia. Now, bear in mind, I've not used Camtasia before, so I'm a bit of a newbie here. I'm going to select New Project. There we go. And what I need to do now is to import all my media. So I'm just going to grab all of these parts that StoryTagger's exported and see if I can... Yes, excellent. Managed to drop them in there. Very good. So it's very much like Premiere, very much like Canva, a lot of other video tools. You can just drop stuff straight into your library. And then the other thing that I've prepared, it only took me a couple of seconds to do, was the background graphics that I'm going to use for presenting these stories on. So hopefully I can drag that in there as well. Has that got all of them? I don't know if it has. Oh no, I've only selected one there. That was my bad. Bring those in. See, there we go. Excellent. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to select the parts that I want to bring onto my timeline and hopefully be able to drag those down. Perfect. Excellent. So I've got Cheryl, and Anita. And let's put Anita in the middle one. So there we go. Cheryl, Anita, and then back to Cheryl again. Can I reduce that a bit? Oh, yes. Excellent. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag in all my background assets. Let's put those underneath. Excellent. And now if I just pull those along a little bit, then I've got my title. And I can see the video is a bit big there, isn't it? So if I select all of these... I'm going to just move my reticule there, and then see if I can scale these. Fantastic. Now, hopefully, that has done all of them. Let me see. Very, very good. Excellent. So, now all I need to do is to bring my titles in line. So, that one let's just see, that should be Anita. Yep, very good. And then I've got Cheryl here, and then I need another Cheryl. Can I drag that across? Oh, no, I can't do that. So I need to deselect those, bring that in there. And there we go. So I've got my intro, Cheryl speaking, Anita speaking, and then back to Cheryl again, and then my outro. How quick was that? It's so easy. Now, if I'd have just pressed record, I'd have had to spend about 20 minutes just editing me blathering away with a load of stuff that wasn't of any value. But because StoryTagger helped people to be very tight, very specific, very concise about what they're sharing, it means all those parts are just ready to use. So all I needed to do, as you saw, was drag the parts into Camtasia, drag my graphics in. I guess you could probably make these in Camtasia. I'm not quite sure how it works to that level, but I assume it's possible. And then it's just really quick on the timeline to be able to put that montage together. Boom, that's it. A few minutes. I've got a fantastic piece of video with a couple of my subject experts talking very eloquently, very concisely about the same topic, and having all those different voices just brings so much more authority, authenticity, trust to the story. So Camtasia, very good. Worked exactly as I expected. StoryTagger always delivers the stories that you need. Really enjoyable to do that. I hope that's helpful for everyone using Camtasia. Cheers.